Alright, Saturday morning. It is Erin's birthday today, so that means that the entire day and the entire vlog will be dedicated to her and making her feel as special and as loved as possible. I got up really early this morning to prepare a few things at the house. Now I'm running errands before she gets up for some final last minute gift ideas that I just had this morning. So yeah, let's do this. Oh, by the way, this is 13. So I thought that for the background music for the vlog today, instead of doing music, I thought maybe I would just record my thoughts or words on a bunch of things that I love about Erin. So, where to begin? One of the things I love most about Erin is not just the gifts that she's been given by the Lord, but more specifically how she uses those gifts. Erin has very, very strong gifts of hospitality and empathy. And she also has incredible teaching and leadership skills. But mostly I get to see that hospitality and that empathy day in and day out. And a lot of my gifts that I've been given are very sort of upfront and gifts that end up, teaching and things like that end up putting you on a stage or in the spotlight. And Erin's gifts aren't always like that. But that doesn't mean that they're any less valuable, and I think sometimes she struggles with that, and I want to remind her today, and hopefully anyone else that's watching, that your gifts are totally valuable, especially gifts of empathy and hospitality. I have watched over the last 7 years, I've watched Erin's gifts bless so many people and make so many people feel loved. What else? What else can I choose from the long list? She makes the best apple pie I've ever eaten and the best chocolate chip cookies. And the fact that I am an intense dessert lover, that is a match made in heaven. I love the things that Erin is passionate about, whether it be McDonald's French fries and Buffalo Wild Wings, or it be, human trafficking and gun violence, whatever it might be. She is passionate about so many things, and she doesn't delineate her passions, and she doesn't separate her passions only into serious issues. She's also passionate about seemingly small, silly things like McDonald's, but that's what makes her so human and unique. Another thing that I admire most about Erin is her sense for design and aesthetic. For those of you who have not checked out Erin's calligraphy or her Etsy shop, you need to. It's called Sweet Bear Shop. It's unbelievable. I have a gift of storytelling. I can put a story together, I can put a narrative together and make it make sense, or a talk. But Erin is the one who has an eye to make things look good and make them pretty, make them beautiful, make them pleasing to the eye, which is just as important and just as incredible. And I am just in awe that she can take like 3 seemingly lame things and put them together and make them into something beautiful. Also, Erin can make me laugh more than anyone I've ever met. And I'm sure if you've watched this vlog, you've gotten a sense of how funny she is, but you've only scratched the surface. She is probably the funniest person I've ever met. I love that Erin keeps me humble. I still struggle a lot with pride and with, arrogance and stubbornness and selfishness, and each and every day Erin just kind of chips away at that. And not in an annoying, bugging me way, but in a very natural, organic, and loving way. Just through the way that she lives, she doesn't really let me, slip by with being any of those things. She's not afraid to sort of call me out on it, and I'm so grateful, because any sort of growth I have had in the past 7 years of my life, she is the person that I, have to credit it to the most. I love that Erin is as weird as I am. I love Air's little chuckle that she does. She doesn't often laugh. She kind of does this like giggle thing. I love that she puts up with me calling her the sweet bear all the time. I love that Air loves watching TV shows. I love that Air started a blog. I'm so proud of her, and her blog is amazing. It's totally different from mine, but it is very, very much her and her point of view and something she's passionate about, and she's sharing that with the world. And I love that, and she's really, really good at it. I love that Air loves food almost as much as I do. Something I have always said about Erin is that she, more than anyone else probably in my life, has been the most stunning example of what God's grace looks like in a human being. Erin and I have a long, long story and a long, long history, which maybe we'll explain it someday online in a 12-part saga series. But a lot of that story has to do with me screwing up in one way or another. And I have watched over the last 7 years that we've been together, I've watched Air just forgive me and show me grace and show me patience and give me the gift of grace time and time and time and time again. And she doesn't love me any less every time she gives it. And to me, that has been one of the most beautiful examples of what Christ's love looks like for us. And most of all, I love her, more than I love the things she does, or the clothes she wears, or her accomplishments, or her talents, or her gifts. More than all of that, I just love her, and there has been plenty of opportunities in both of our lives where we could have parted ways and never gotten to this point of being married and sharing our lives together. There was plenty of opportunities for either of us to just walk away, but I know, at least speaking for myself, I never could. And I think that's because when I am with Air, that is the time I find myself pursuing God most closely. Every time I get closer to her, I find myself getting closer to God. And I'm so grateful I have found that person in my life, and I can't wait to share it with her for all time. And so, please comment below and wish Air a happy birthday. And also, if you want, comment below and tag someone who is really special in your life. If it's your wife, great. If it's, your best friend or your sister or your mom, comment and tag them below, or just call them today and let them know how much you love them, because it's important to talk about those things, and it's important to reach out. And to you, Sweet Bear, if you ever watch this, I love you, and thank you, and always.